Yes Chef Podcast. What's up? We back. Man, we coming hard all year. All 2021, we coming hard. Look, we got another chef in here that is truly amazing. Her work is amazing. I've been looking at it for a while now. And when I look at her food, like, I instantly get hungry. I might be full and then I get hungry again. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So, but Chef Nikki is here. Hey, amazing. She's so amazing.
Thank you.
Yep. And her mac and cheese is amazing. I see it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, y'all know I'm mac and cheese lover.
Thank
but
you.
look, so we're going to get into how she came into the culinary industry and all that good stuff. You know, we're going to open up the floor to her and just let you, you know what I'm saying, give us like a little bit of background.
Like a little spiel?
Yeah, a little spiel.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I'm on an interview. God, I ain't had an interview in a long time.
Yeah, well, it won't be too bad.
I ain't worked for nobody in a minute.
It ain't going to be too bad. It ain't going to be too bad. You know what I'm saying? But at least you can talk it how you want to here.
That's
you
true.
Good.
That's true.
You good.
Okay, so most people always ask me how long I've been cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been cooking, honestly, since I was about 12. Long time. I went to culinary school, graduated culinary school in 2015. Shout out to Le Cordon Bleu.
Le Cordon Bleu. Okay,
Love
shout out Le Cordon.
Love Le Cordon Bleu. Went there, graduated in 2015, and I was still working like 9-to-5 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got tired. I was like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to work for nobody. I would be sitting at my desk at work, like typing up menus and just daydreaming about cooking. And finally, one day, I was just like, I'm done. I just quit my job. Yeah. No money saved up, no nothing, and just started taking on clients and just winged it ever since.
That's that shit. That's that shit we talk about, give me some. That's that shit we talk about.
Literally.
We talk about it all the time. We talk about that all the time. Oh, Greg wants something too. I'm gonna leave him hanging. Oh no, that's Chef Greg, by the way. Yeah, that is what we talk about all the time, man. That if you have that background, you know, why stay and working for somebody? Why don't just, you know, push yourself to the limits? Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It's like we did. 20 years in, I'm 26 years in. You 20 plus years in. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm gonna work for nobody anymore. But if I really need to, and if you gotta get on the ground, I will. Yeah, you know, that's true. You know, I will. It is a damn pandemic, so you know you gotta.
That's true.
So through the pandemic, how you been holding up?
Honestly, the pandemic forced me to be like more innovative because I was doing a lot of catering. Like catering is my bread and butter. That's how I get out my money. But with the pandemic, there was no catering. So I had to think, okay, how can I still generate income? So I started doing cooking videos that I knew people would be home just on scrolling the gram all day. So my videos started going viral. They started popping up on all these big pages and stuff. And so people started watching them. So it kind of boosted my following up. And then when the pandemic kind of lightened up a little bit, I started doing more catering. And by then I had such a fan base that it was like I was starting to become a bit more popular. Okay. So it kind of helped my business in a sense, like low key. Yeah, it wasn't fun because I actually went through the whole COVID phase. I had COVID in July of last year.
Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't even want to tell my clients because I didn't want them to freak out because I literally had just started back catering in July. From like March to July, I wasn't, working because of the pandemic. After my very first gig on the 4th of July, I literally caught COVID that weekend and was out just for weeks. I just had to go through it. And I couldn't even tell my clients because I didn't want to freak nobody out because I had gigs booked in August.
Let me move. I've been fucking with you. And my head told me to do that shit.
That's how I be though. Because if I would have been online I would have had COVID. My clients would have freaked. They would have been like, oh my God, I booked you for my wedding in August. So I stayed home. I fought it. Thank God I got through it. And I was working maybe 3.5 weeks later. Mm-hmm. So it was.
That's how it worked.
Yeah. That's
how it works out. So you say you from New York, right? Mm-hmm. You was born there.
Born and raised.
Born and raised in New York. So from New York, how they go from there? From there then where?
To get here?
Yeah, to where you are now.
So born in New York, and then we moved to Baltimore when I was in elementary school.
Okay.
And then in Baltimore they have their own food culture, which is crazy. Blue crab is really big out there. So I learned a lot about that. and then I moved to Atlanta. Atlanta food culture is crazy. I love it here.
Crazy.
Like, yeah.
we all over the place.
I thought it was all about soul food. I never ate chicken for breakfast until I moved here. Never heard of a chicken biscuit. I thought that was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Never ate shrimp and grits. Never ate red velvet cake. None of that stuff. Like, I ain't eat none of that stuff until I moved here. And so Atlanta put me on to a lot. The whole like brunch scene is crazy here. So then I went to school in Orlando, Florida too. I started at Le Cordon Bleu out there
in Orlando.
Orlando.
That one right there is totally different than the one here. Cause that one down there, they really teach you some shit because you got Disneyland down there, Disney World, Orlando down there, and then you got all that down there. So in all them places, they can put chefs at all of these nice places down there. Then you close to Miami, you know what I'm saying? All these resorts and these hotels and shit. Like here, where you really going? We got an ass load of country clubs. We got a lot of hotels here. I had to do it. You know what I'm saying? Without no schooling. But I got it from Hard Knocks. You see what I'm saying?
That's a good way to learn too.
Yeah, it is. Because if you go put all these executive chefs and these sous chefs and executive sous chefs and all that kind of shit, they just put you out there. Okay, there you go, do that. Kill all 10 cases on them damn potatoes. You see what I'm saying? You gonna start prep first. Your ass is not gonna do nothing else.
Prep is life.
You gonna do that first. Yeah,
that's my life. That's when I worked in restaurants. I was a prep cook at a lot of places. That's life now. Being a caterer, I just prep like crazy. So when I get to my client's house, they food be ready like quick as hell. And they be like, "How you cook that so fast?" I'm like, "This is what I do. I prep half this stuff before I got here."
Exactly.
They be like, "Oh my God, you cook so fast." Like, that's what I do.
And why the hell would you take it there to have to prep it? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You don't prep nothing there. When you go to your client's house, that shit need to be ready. So when you hit the door. You see what I'm saying? The only thing you gotta do is cook.
That's how you do it.
You see what I'm saying? Wow. So that's amazing, man. And I like the whole part that you went to school and then you took it like, okay, I got time working for somebody, so I'm about to do this shit on my own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we talk about that all the time, right, Chef? Yeah. We just got finished talking about making other people rich. You know what I'm saying? Working for other people, making them rich.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's important, especially for people of color, to have something of our own.
Exactly.
That's really big. Because I worked for a lot of big corporate like chef companies, all those big like Airmark and Levy restaurants. Yeah, all of those.
I was at both of them.
I circulated through all of them joints. And it's like, it's cool, but it's like, that's not, I don't know, the CEO, they making money off of us. There's no creativity in places like that. They're not paying us. You working crazy. You working holidays. Somebody calls out and you on the line, you got to take their spot. Like, it is what it is. But I didn't want to do that.
What you got to say about that, Chef?
At the end of the day, man, just working in, like she said, corporate basically, when you go into a kitchen, you learning their system. Because every kitchen different. When you go to it, they might do something in this kitchen and it's totally different in another kitchen. So everything is all about system, formation, the way they do their operation, their day-to-days, and their first in, first out method, because everybody got different things that they do different. So, it's nothing. I guess when you got that, when you have the experience and you see it, you be like when I used to step in the kitchen, I was looking at it like Matrix. I see it in slow motion, I was like, this shit's so easy. I can do this shit with my eyes closed. I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it because I'm looking
especially on that line.
Yeah, that too.
It don't even be exciting.
I'm like, that's repetitious. And when you do it over and over again, it's like they don't want to. You're blocking your own creativity because they don't want things to change up. And if they change, it's gonna be like maybe 2 to 6 months that they change the menu. At time,
but in most industrial kitchens, what positions have you worked inside an industrial kitchen?
Mostly prep.
Really?
Mostly prep, because when I was being a black woman in the industry.
That's true.
I remember.
It's true. When's your way to prep the whole time?
Almost every company I worked for, I was a prep cook.
Whoa!
And the crazy part was, I've never been a line cook.
That's great, man.
I've never been, always been a prep
That's
cook.
great.
That's why I'm such a big prepper now.
No, I'm telling you.
This is the first I have never.
I've never met a
Really?
chef that only.
I've never
seen
Wow.
a chef that only did prep. Never.
I've never seen
Nope.
a chef do it.
That's it.
With your skills, what the?
But
fuck,
you know
man?
what's crazy?
Like, you could have been a sushi.
I'll never forget,
Yeah,
like me and my homegirl, while we were in culinary school, we went for our first kitchen job while we were in culinary school, and we were at this open interview, and there's all these men there. We were the only 2 women there. We got hired on the spot, but we got hired as prep cooks, both of us. And I'll never forget, like one day, it was Mother's Day, it was super busy, and they used like a pre-made bagged hollandaise sauce, and they ran out of sauce because it was Mother's Day. They was making these omelets and whatever, so they ran out of sauce. Nobody in the kitchen knew how to make the sauce but me and her. So all of these people that was qualified, that got hired as line cooks, sous chefs, and me and her is just prep. We just looking at them, and they're like, "What are we gonna do? We don't got no more sauce. We gotta sell out of omelets." So me and my homegirl whipped up some holiday sauce like on the fly, and they was just so amazed by that, like, "Oh my God, y'all know how to make it from scratch." And we was like, "Y'all hired us because we went to culinary school, but y'all also hired us as prep cooks because you didn't realize the type of skill that we had." And now we in here saving y'all ass.
Yep. And see, that'd be the executive chefs. So they do a lot of the hiring, and we talk about this shit all the time, man. Them executive chefs, like they hire us and they don't really know our skills like that.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? And they'll feel like, well, you ain't gonna know this. I'm gonna put you on prep. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, you gonna stay in banquets. You see what I'm saying? I was cool with that
It
shit.
sucked.
I was
It
cool with
sucked.
that shit because I wanted to do catering anyway.
Yeah, let's really be honest about it though. Like really did. Because I'm telling you, man, I like to dig.
Yeah.
I like to dig deep.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, I mean, we're the best when it comes to being in the kitchen. That's just really be honest. Like, I'm talking about across the board.
Yeah.
Like when I'll put it like this, I work around a lot of chefs. I kid you not. Like I already knew for a fact, like I really can really outdo anybody in. I know I can.
That's
Because it's so obvious.
But that shit that we used to talk about all the time too, when we were sitting there butterflying goddamn cases of
No, I'm gonna tell you.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you how I knew I was better than a lot of chefs in the kitchen. So when I went to work at Intercontinental, I really just was like, let me just challenge myself to see if I could do this. I was like, this ain't, and I got there. I had 3 interviews. I was like, okay, how long this gonna take? It's gonna take a long time. Y'all just basically want to see what experience I got. Y'all don't know what I could do, but I got in there. The guy trained me for like no more than a week. It didn't take me 2 weeks. He just basically showed me his menu. So got there, learned the menu in like a few days. He was like, hey, I'm like, dude,
No time.
it's like, is this clockwork to me?
Yeah.
Tell him you ain't showing me nothing I don't know how to
Like,
do.
this is what I do.
Like, if you, I feel like if you love something that much, you gonna put the effort for it to make yourself know how to do it.
Yeah, and that's facts right there.
Yeah.
For real. That's facts. Wow, that's you were first for that.
Yeah,
We
that's
ain't gonna
what I'm
never
saying.
forget that shit because in 26 years I ain't never heard that.
Nope.
Wow.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying? But see, that's how they do women in the kitchen on it. We was back on
That
that shit.
is.
Exactly.
Well, we've noticed that shit early on, right? Because remember at the first, it's like some shows ago, man. We used to be like, look, we need to get some women on here because we really need to know from their point of view how they treat women in the damn industrial kitchens. Yeah, especially if you black.
Yeah.
But if you Hispanic, your ass is gonna be moving up. And hell, a lot of the white ones in there, shit, they might not even be there. They might not even be there. Most of them probably work on the line or they doing some other shit. But them damn, if you Hispanic, man, you up there for sure. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Well,
like-
you know they work their ass off, but they act like they don't believe in the system. You know what I'm saying?
You
We've
gotta
seen
go
that shit
above
before.
and beyond
That's
to
true.
do bait. You gotta go above and beyond just to be considered at the same level
Yeah.
as a man in the kitchen, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Like that interview, all the men got hired as line cooks on the spot, and they hired us as prep cooks on the spot, and I was just like, that's crazy. And once my resume started showing after working for so many different companies, my resume always said prep cook, prep cook, prep cook. So that's just how I got hired instantly. It was like, oh, prep, you need prep. And and I just started applying for prep positions. After a while, it made me believe I wasn't good enough to be a line cook. So I didn't even apply for line positions. I always just started applying for prep because I knew I would get it. I was like, if I apply for line, they're not gonna hire me.
Yeah. I apply for prep, they're gonna get that shit on the rip.
And I would get it every time, and that's just the cycle that I literally kept until I stopped working in kitchens.
What places have you worked around Atlanta? There's hotels, restaurants, whatever.
I haven't worked in a lot of kitchens in Atlanta. I worked in more in Orlando because I started culinary school in Orlando. In Atlanta, the only restaurants I can remember working at was a place called Bites. It was a black-owned spot in Midtown, right by Georgia Tech. I worked there as a cook. They weren't there that long. They're no longer open, but they were like a really cool spot, black-owned. I worked there briefly, but I haven't worked in a lot of kitchens in Atlanta, mostly Orlando. Yeah, when I moved, by the time I came back here, I had given up on kitchen jobs. I started working corporate. I was like, I need money, consistency, and I want to sit down.
And you know what? And I can see your skills from Orlando because, like what I just said, you know what I'm saying? You got resorts, and you got all that. Your skills got to be on a certain level. But her have been doing prep and shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she know how to cook her proteins. And she know how to do, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the other, and she already know how to do these sauces, because a lot of that shit got to be prepped anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, like, with her plating, what you doing in your plating and everything like that, I can tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? So some people, some chefs that I look at their Instagram and I'm like, okay. So with me being there, I was like, yeah, he might have got his skills from here, or you might have got your skills from there. But sometimes you can see, like, you know, sometimes you can see like a up to par goddamn hotel, or you know what I'm saying, you know, a resort area, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like goddamn Disney World. Disneyland, you can tell because their plating is gonna be different. The food that they're gonna be cooking is different. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have different flavors. It's gonna look different. You're gonna have edible flowers and shit on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything. I already know. You know what I'm saying? I already know. You know. So wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
From a prep cook, dude.
I'm thing about it, she's from Brooklyn. I just want some Junior's cheesecake. That's all.
Man, we had some for Thanksgiving.
I want some straight up.
You can actually order Junior's online. They'll ship it to you, and it's still good. I'm telling you, that Junior's that come in the mail, frozen, is good. It tastes just like Junior's. Junior's went down though. It used to be good back in the day, but nah, they got the best cheesecake, hands down. Yeah.
See now, I love Cheesecake Factory.
They alright.
I like Cheesecake Factory cheesecake.
You know what it is though? They got them flavors. Cheesecake Factory got a flavor for everybody. You like, I mean, a carrot cake cheesecake? Who else sells that?
Banging. They do.
Right. Like.
And if you doing some catering, you be like, I'm gonna hit them with this. I'm gonna go and buy one. Yeah. They ain't gonna even know. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can mess people up like that. You're like, how the hell did you get the hell carrot cake cheesecake?
I went to Louisiana Bistro for the first time on Sunday and had a praline pecan cheesecake, and the cheesecake was really like rich. It was good. I was shocked. Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance, bro, go, because you know I done been all.
Really? You ate there? That was my first time.
I used to eat that all the time. I used to eat the one that used to be in Atlantic Station. Right? In Atlantic Station, I used to eat that one.
That's the,
I'm so ATL. So
I know what you're talking about.
I used to eat at that one.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And the best fish that I've ever had, and I'm going to always, you know what I'm saying, represent them, Bankhead Seafood. That's the best fish.
Really?
That's the best
That's
fish.
on my tip? Is that on my tip in
It's owned by T.I. and Killer Mike right now. But it used to be owned by some elderly women. And I'm going to tell you now, for $5, you won't be able to close your box. You have so much damn fish. And the tartar sauce is made from scratch. And then you know what I'm saying? Oh, the sweet potato pies, dude. No joke. When I went a whole pie. You know what I'm saying? A thing of fish that you couldn't close, like three people can eat off of that. $5.
That's the hood spots. I live by Bankhead, so I already know.
Yeah. You ain't ate it yet, but man, I used to eat that all the time. Back in the day, I used to wait in line to eat it. $5. Yeah.
They got spots like that in Baltimore too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have y'all been to Baltimore before?
I've been to Baltimore before.
My favorite boxer from there.
Who?
Devontae Davis.
Oh. Okay. Baltimore has a different food scene. You know what's big besides the crabs? They eat chicken boxes. It's like it's just called a chicken box. It's whole fried wings with potato wedges. And it sounds basic, but it's so good.
It's the shit.
And they put the hot sauce, the ketchup, all on top. They just put it all over it, and it's just so good. It's almost like, I don't know if y'all heard of mumbo sauce in DC.
Yeah.
Where they put that on everything.
I like it, but I don't understand the big difference.
It's like their signature.
I like it, but I don't understand the big
So it's like that for Baltimore. Hot sauce, pepper, ketchup.
yeah,
all that.
yeah, hot sauce.
Yeah.
You got goddamn hot sauce. I'm good.
It is. That's
But you know
like
what?
chicken gizzards. That's what it sounds like.
it's just,
Is it
it,
gizzards?
no, it's wings.
No,
it's whole fried wings.
Whole fried
But I eat those too.
Yeah.
I get those when I go to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh.
I get fried livers and
They
gizzards.
gotta be fried hard for me to
Yeah.
eat it, bro. If they ain't fried hard, I can't.
Have you had now this is one restaurant I don't care for, JJ's fish and chicken.
What is that?
I think they're actually from Chicago. JJ's I
They
don't
put
know,
that
but
crab.
they always damn packed. And that shit that they put on the chicken, I don't give a damn if they watch it. I don't even care. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I've ate that 2 or 3 times. I ate that 2 or 3 times. I mean, what are you doing? You frying chicken and you're throwing some goddamn salt on it. Or whatever kind of seasoning it is. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't want to say what I really want to say about
You're
that.
talking about
I don't
after
like
the
it.
fact. Is
Yeah.
They sprinkled it
I
with
seen that.
like crack dust.
Yeah,
It
you
looked
give
like vacuum cleaner dust to me.
Yeah. But
That's
you
what
give
it
me,
is.
yeah, and you give me 690.
That's what it
You
is.
just totally turned me off now.
That's what it is. Go look up the pictures. But people love it.
And they chicken not that damn good, man. I'd rather eat published
So-
chicken. Published chicken is
Bro,
better than that
that
shit.
brings me to this question right here. That brings me to this question. If they doing that, then are they even seasoning the chicken before they?
They're not seasoning
They
the chicken,
can't
bro.
be.
They not.
They
Because
can't
they
be.
putting that
They
goddamn.
put that vacuum
cooking
cleaner
that
dust
goddamn-
on
yeah,
top.
it's vacuum cleaner dust.
And it don't even add that much
Salt
flavor
dust,
to the
it's
chicken.
salt
I don't
dust.
know what it is. Like I can tell if it was something that actually added value to the chicken.
Yeah.
But people just be ordering extra crack on it, and I be looking at it like I tasted it before, so I could talk about it now. If I
Yeah.
hadn't tasted it, but I tasted it, I was like, "This
You
is
haven't
what
had
it
that shit?
is."
Nope, I don't want
Mm.
them. She called
Bro,
it vacuum cleaner.
We gonna go. I'm telling you, man.
I like
I'm telling you.
I like homegrown downtown by the graffiti spot.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like a restaurant, man. It's like a little breakfast spot.
Yeah.
It's like right
Oh,
by the
homegrown.
graffiti tunnel. It's
Mm.
right downtown. It's dope. It's
Homegrown.
Okay.
Check it out.
Mhm.
Is that what kind of food do they sell?
Like breakfast food, all kind of
Like
stuff.
soul food? Like is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
that
dope.
shit good.
I love spots like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that shit
I'm
good.
gonna add
Them
that
mom
to
and
my
pop
list.
spots
Yeah,
is the lick.
That's exactly what it is.
because that's all they say is bread and butter. That's all they got.
It's like a
You see
home-
what
They
I'm
put
saying?
love into it, too.
Yeah, they do. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They really do. So look, man, we really appreciate you coming. I
Thank you.
appreciate you reaching back out to me. I appreciate you showing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank
I just
y'all.
appreciate you showing up.
Appreciate
you see what
y'all.
I'm saying? I'm gonna say this out of my mouth, like you truly amazing, because coming from being a prep cook to where you are right now, that's some amazing shit.
Yeah.
That me and them have run, and just like we said, we've been in this industry a long time.
Mhm.
That's some amazing shit.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Only prep cooks that I've seen that does shit is they still prepping.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they
I've seen the dishwasher move to a goddamn prep cook.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
And in the prep cook, and he or she had stayed there for years. You see what I'm saying? And they might put them in banquets every now and then, but you ain't about to be on the line. You ain't about to do that.
Definitely get stuck.
You see what I'm saying?
Stagnant real quick.
Mhm.
So yo, shouts out to you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Much
you.
love to you for that.
Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all.
Much love to you for that, because that's a hell of a move. Right there.
Chef, let's definitely keep in contact.
Yeah,
For
we gotta
sure.
keep in contact
This
because
is- You know, this is what we
Round
look
two.
to. When we have chefs on here, we oftentimes, look to make lifetime bonds
Mhm.
because we all connected at the hip when it comes to talking about stuff that goes on in the picture.
I agree.
And it's just us just always just connected with each other and making sure we all good because you never know, like we all might have something that the next person don't got, and then we can always help each other
yeah.
I
get to
agree.
the top. So
Y'all gotta come on my podcast too.
Okay.
So we're
Oh,
gonna see
you
each
know
other
I'm
again.
gonna go. We talking about music. We talking about
Everything.
music. We talking about
Everything.
music.
Yeah, let us know that, man. We'll definitely be there, man. We can have a huge debate because I love
You a
these
debater?
Yeah, he from
Okay.
LA, so his music scene is different.
Yeah.
Oh, we need
I'm
that.
from the South, so my music is different.
Right, and
But-
I'm from New York.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
That's different.
Oh man, this shit's gonna be wonderful. I can't wait.
Right.
I can't wait. Look, hit me up so we can set a date for this because I'm coming.
Okay, I got y'all.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
definitely
y'all.
coming. And look, this has been amazing, man. I really appreciate you though. I really
Thank
appreciate you
y'all.
coming.
Thank
You
y'all.
got anything else, bro?
No, I just want to say, Chef, keep doing your thing. You know, you got our support.
Mm-hmm.
Lifetime ball right here, straight up. And if you need us or anything, just holler at us. We got you.
Thank you.